The Negroni, a drink that's suave, bitter, and unapologetically bold, much like the kind of gentleman who wears a hat indoors just because he can. Its story begins in Florence, Italy, circa 1919, when Count Camillo Negroni decided he wanted something a tad more powerful than the usual Americano. So he asked his bartender, Fosco Scarselli, to give it an extra kick. Fosco, surely grinning like a devil in front of his bar rail, swapped out the soda water for gin, added equal parts Campari and sweet vermouth, and thus the Negroni was born. Who drinks the Negroni? The Negroni isn't your typical poolside refresher. It's adored by artists, actors, and yes, the occasional mad genius who knows his way around a bar. Anthony Bourdain, rest his mischievous soul, once said, "The Negroni is a perfect, balanced, bitter cocktail that most people dislike at first sip. Once you get used to the punch, it becomes a necessity." Indeed, it's a drink that commands respect and doesn't care much if it doesn't receive it. The anatomy of a Negroni. A traditional Negroni is deceptively simple. Equal parts gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth. Here's how it usually goes down. Gin, the backbone, providing herbal and juniper notes. 2. Campari, the bitter heart and the Negroni's blood-red color, adding that "why did I drink this" reaction. 3. Sweet vermouth, a touch of sweetness to balance out all that bitter bravado. In theory, it's easy enough for a 4-year-old to mix, but in practice, it's an art. With a chunk of ice and a simple orange twist, it looks as if it was plucked from a 1960s photo spread. And make no mistake, it's not a drink for the faint-hearted. Variations across the globe. The Italians treat the Negroni like a family heirloom, typically sticking to the classic formula. In France, though, they might use Lillet Blanc instead of vermouth for a softer, rounder flavor. The Spanish will often add a dash of sherry to make it more nuanced. Meanwhile, Americans, in their boundless creativity, have spun out all sorts of concoctions. The Boulevardier, bourbon instead of gin, and the white Negroni, gin, Lillet Blanc, and Suze, among others. Zia, among. Each iteration somehow manages to keep the original Negroni's bold spirit intact. As Hemingway might have put it, the Negroni is a fierce drink for fierce men and even fiercer women. It's a reminder that life's bitter moments have their own particular kind of charm, and sometimes all you need is a little gin, some Campari, and a whole lot of daring.